Okay, your turn. Out. Wait. Out. Okay, your turn.
Please turn.
Yay! Not bad. Not bad. You got it out the door. You got it out the door. Woohoo! Good girl. Out. Wait. Out.
Wow.
Oh, I want it.
Yeah, go over the fence. Out. Out. Out.
Energy, right?
Yeah.
Energy.
Yeah, your turn. Ready?
Better.
Good girl. Good girl.
Mom's calling you.
Good girl. Well done, baby. Well, out.
Mom is calling you.
The Victor Black Masterclass presentation is brought to you by...
Okay, so today we're basically doing back training, and in my opinion, back training is a very misunderstood body part, and there's certain frameworks that I like to try and encompass. When I start with people who are novices, intermediate, what I try to focus on is giving them the capacity to feel like they're engaging their lats. Yeah. This is something that beginners and intermediates really struggle with. Like, you know, like if you speak to most people, getting connection with their triceps and their biceps and their laterals is relative. It comes quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. But getting connection with your back is something that actually takes a long time to develop. So my preference is I tend to try to get beginners to start to focus on two things. One is the development of the skill sets around deadlifting and around barbell rows and things like this. But this is really not a good way to develop a mind-muscle connection.
Yeah.
It's more about moving weight through space. And so I try to suggest that we start as first exercise with an exercise that is most likely going to encourage and develop connection with the lat, and that is, in my opinion, the lat pull down. The lat pullover, the pullover exercise. So there's a couple of ways that we can approach the exercise. In my opinion, the best way to do that is, you know those machines that Dorian Yates used to do? There's one at O2 Gym, the lat pullover machine. Mm-hmm. I love these machines. These machines are fabulous machines. The problem is not every gym has them today.
Not much, yeah.
They're becoming really rare. Actually, Gold Gym, you know, Gold Gym has an old original Nautilus chain drive. It's fucking great, that machine, right? But you never see them. We don't really have the space for one here.
Yeah.
So we kind of have to start with a compromise. If I had the space and there was one of those machines in the gym, I would go straight for that.
For that, for sure.
Just go and do that, because that's a really well-designed, well-thought-out piece of equipment for Nautilus that I strongly recommend people do. Now, the alternative is you use a bench with a dumbbell pullover.
Okay.
I want you to set this up, because we're not going to do this, but I want to explain why we're not going to do it. So let's start with if you could just pick up the dumbbell and set yourself up as though you were going to do a dumbbell pullover, and then I'll show why we don't do dumbbell pullovers.
All right.
Okay.
So should I do what I do before? Right?
Yeah, just set yourself up. If you were to use a dumbbell pullover on a bench like this, how would you go about doing it? And I'm going to step in and show you. Okay, fabulous. Let's just stop there, right? Okay. So the reason I don't like dumbbell pullovers is, you know when we talked about shoulder exercises last week, and I was saying to you, like, in this position and in that position, the weight is stacked on top of your skeleton, your joints are stacked, right? And there's really no loading on the muscle tissue, right? Go back to where you were just then. You understand right now, you don't have any fucking loading on the lats at all, right? And it's not until you actually get quite a good percentage way back in the movement. So just go back into the exercise. It's not until you get to about there you start really loading the lats up. So it's not really an exercise in like good engagement. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Okay, so come up, right? So my criticism of this exercise is that you spend a decent percentage of your time in the range of motion with no mechanical tension on the muscle fiber. Okay? So I recommend that we're going to use this machine over here and see if we can create an environment in which we have mechanical loading on the muscle fiber for the greatest potential range of motion. So just push the bench back to where it sits against the wall. You've probably done these with a rope before, right? You've done something like that.
Yeah.
So just put some weight on the bar. Choose a pin that you think is an appropriate weight. You come down a little bit more than that because this should be relatively easy for you. And see if you can approach this through the filters of you've done this with a rope before. And what we're trying to do here is create mechanical tension on the lat for the greatest range of motion possible. More range of motion than we can get off a bench. So come back a little bit, lift the weight up, engage. That's it. Okay, see if you can, yeah, that's it, stretch it, let the shoulders rise up, right? Okay, and pull all the way down gently. Okay, and squeeze at the bottom. Keep coming back if you can, and use the spread up. Now that's it, right? Okay, up, all the way up. So the point of this is going to provide you with not really what I would call a significant hypertrophic stimulus, but the potential to create a mind-muscle connection before we begin our training. So you can really feel those lats, yeah? Squeeze it down, yeah? Keep going. So I like to start with this exercise when we start back training because it's an opportunity for us to, one, get some blood flowing through the muscle tissue and warm up our soft tissues in our joints, but also to try and encourage that mental connection with the muscles that we're trying to work. Okay, another 6 of those. Good, squeeze at the bottom. So I'm repeating myself, but just for the guys listening. So the difference between this and a barbell or a dumbbell pullover is with a dumbbell pullover, when you are basically in the vertical position, so as we come up, like there, at that point, you have virtually no loading on the lat muscle from, can you stop there? Stop there. So if that was the position where you're on the bench, from this point forward, there's no loading on the muscle.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Right now, you're still loaded. Agreed?
Yeah.
Yep. And keep coming up. Loaded, 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 loaded. See how you haven't unloaded the muscle? So from there, come down, 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 down. You're fully loaded through that range of motion because of this exercise where you wouldn't be on a dumbbell or a barbell. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. Yep. Okay, squeeze at the bottom. Lovely. So if you don't have a pair of these spreader bars, I placed a link in the last content. I'll place a link in this content as well. You certainly don't have to have them. I just think they're a very good piece of equipment to have. Obviously, if you train at a commercial centre, you don't have that. You could use a rope. Can you feel that engagement?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Deep too, right?
Really deep, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not what I would call a high mechanical stimulus, but it's connected you now. Now you kind of feel your lats.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Okay, so I would argue that before you did deadlifts, before you did rows, before you did chins, before you did anything that you would go, okay, so that's our prime mover, right?
Okay.
This is where our heavy mechanical tension.
Yeah.
Before you did that, you should try and warm up first. That makes sense, right?
Right.
And you should try and choose an exercise that you're more likely to create mechanical, not mechanical tension, like a connection with the lat muscle. Okay, so just grab another set, drop the weight down, come down 2 pins. I think you can lift more than that. So this doesn't mean that we don't want to have any mechanical signaling. It just means that this is not an alternative to deadlifting. This is not an alternative to chins. This is not an alternative to barbell rows. It's a first cab off the rank exercise that makes sense. Okay, engagement all the way down and squeeze at the bottom. Good. All the way down and squeeze at the bottom. As I said, for people watching, if you are fortunate enough to train at a training facility that has one of the old school Nautilus style pullover machines that Dorian Yates loved, I love those machines. I think they're fucking great, and if I had the space I would buy one, but I don't have the space. Okay, 3 more. 3. Good. 2. Good. Good. You feel a sense of engagement with those lats there? You're connected with that muscle? Yeah? So again, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it would be stupid to come out the gate and go straight into, you know, chin-ups or deadlifts or heavy, right? Because you're going to hurt yourself. Now you're kind of ready.
Right.
Now I'm ready, I've got a connection and I've got some blood flowing up and the soft tissue, and this is where you have, the order in which you place exercises, in my opinion, is massively underrated in our community.
Right.
Do this first, then you do this, then you do this. So we'll just do one more set. You don't need a big rest between this. This is what I would call a exercise in mental connection and metabolically loading the muscle, pre-exhausting the muscle tissue. Very nice. Good. Try and keep those fibers loaded the whole way through that range. Good. Good. 3 to go. 3. 2. Good. Last one. Good. Okay. Okay, so I feel it already, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say this is our warm-up. I count these as sets.
Okay.
Right? But now we're ready to go. Okay, so I would now go, right, so we're going to do a heavy back exercise. So a chin, a row, or deadlifting. Okay, so we could do either one of those. There's merit to all of them. People that ask which one do you do, I think you're missing the point. You do them all, but you don't necessarily do them on the same day. You would plan on programming in over the course of a year. Right. So today, what we're going to do is barbell rows. Right. So just grab the dumbbell, put that out of the way, and we'll set up for barbell rows. Thanks, Bert. Come back here, babe, because he's going to face that way. Just stand on the other side. And then when you do them, we're going to face this way so you can look at yourself in the mirror. Okay? Okay, that just goes the other way. Yeah. Oh, so typically, see how that goes in like that? If you put this on your, and then it'll fold flat like that for you.
So
actually, just come behind me. Let me do that because people don't know that. Okay, so we're going to be talking about how to do barbell rows, how to do chins, how to do deadlifts as we reach these areas. So something that people ask a lot is about the use of lifting straps. And what I would argue is that, look, if you're going to be a powerlifter and you're competing in competition and you are not allowed to use these, then there is a very good argument to be made about, like, maybe you should train with the equipment that you have to lift with in competition. Sometimes you might introduce these because this has the potential to elevate or escalate your performance capacity.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like knee wraps and sleeves and all these sorts of things. In other words, by using these, you should be able to lift more weight. And that would place you plausibly at a training disadvantage if you can't use these in competition. But because we're bodybuilders, then it's irrelevant. So when you put your hand through this, just put that on the right way. Just want to show people how it lies. So not that way, okay? So in other words, we want to have it so that when we put our hand through there, right? See how that then falls against my hand like that? Okay? So they actually, you want to have it set up so basically it faces this way, and then when we wrap, it's flat against your palm. Okay, so just put those on that way. So nothing wrong with using lifting wraps or lifting straps. If you're a bodybuilder, I would argue that, look, if you're a powerlifter, we might have a conversation. That's right, that way there. We might have a conversation if you're a powerlifter or a strongman. There would be an appropriate time to use them and a time not to use them. But as a bodybuilder, I see no reason why you can't use them. But plausibly, people could argue, look, this has the potential to weaken your grip because if, if you're training with them all the time.
Yeah.
That's fair, but who cares? You're not a powerlifter,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so set yourself up on the bar here. And in terms of width, one of the biggest misunderstandings of whether it's chins or whether it's rowing exercises, people always, there's an old mythology that says if you want a wide back, you take a wide grip. You've heard this? Yeah? This is just not true. You should choose a grip that suits your anatomy. You're put together architecturally, uniquely as an individual, right? So there's going to be a grip that suits you, and what you should do is start shoulder width apart. Okay, start there. No problem if you want to go a little wider. No problem if you want to come in. Probably not. Most people don't come in; they go out. Yeah. But ultimately, you want to choose a width that you are at your strongest. So if adjusting the width allows you to exhibit more leverage and therefore lift more force, this is a good thing. So we choose our width based on our architecture, not on some bro law that says the wide grip for the wide back, yeah? So start shoulder width apart and then we'll see where we're gonna go. Now, if you just come around here, babe, just get on his side. The other thing we want to talk about is the angle. So if you just lift up with a neutral spine, just unwrap yourself a little bit, but stay in position and lift up, put a nice flat back there. Nice flat back, okay, cool. So the pulling angle of the bar, right, needs to be basically perpendicular to your back. So if your back is on this angle, right, we want the bar to be pulled at 90 degrees to that. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. So wrap us up and see if you can pull out. Let's just start, we'll say 15. And the other thing for guys listening is the other big mistake I see on barbell rows is people don't control the downward force. They allow the weight of the bar to basically pull the weight out of their hands almost. You need to control it on the downward motion, on the eccentric motion as well. Okay, cool. So, cool, very good. So into a neutral spine, lovely. And then we pull 90 degrees. That's almost perfect, well done. Okay, 2, 3, don't swing our hips up and we don't raise our back up to a higher angle as we become fatigued. This is where, in my opinion, most guys just use far too much weight. Okay, good. Squeeze at the top and then lower it all the way to the bottom. Good. 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 Okay. Good. 3 more. 3. Good. 4. Good. Last one. Good. Nice work. Good. Lower it down. How's that feel?
Wow.
You feel you got engagement there with the back? Yeah?
Not usually my weight, but...
Yeah. How does that compare to how much weight you normally use? Less? More?
A little bit more, just maybe 10 pounds more, but like, do a lot of swing. Like,
movement. So a lot of guys swing their hips, get their hips into the kick, and then they start raising their back up. And the height, and it becomes almost deadlifting. You know what I mean? Like as you start to move into a vertical position, of course you can move more weight, but that's not what we're trying to do. Yeah. What we're trying to do is create the most amount of mechanical tension on those particular fibers. Yeah. All right. So just put a little bit more weight on. Maybe put 2.5 kilos. I think 5 is too much. The little red plates, throw 2.5 on each end, and we'll just push out another set there. So one of the questions that comes up a lot is rest time, how long between sets. So you notice that often I'll push you hard to kind of like have a relatively small amount of rest between sets. The reality is that the optimal time between sets is somewhere around, let's say, 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. The problem is, let's say you did 15 sets in a session, all right? And then you had 3-minute rest between sessions. Yeah. That literally means that you're standing around for 45 minutes.
Yeah, for one exercise, right?
Like it's like ridiculous. No, not I mean for the total session.
Oh,
right? So most guys that train want to get done in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Right? So if you allow 3 minutes between sets, that means that 45 minutes has to be consumed with rest time.
Barbell race.
This is not a bad thing. It's just, fuck, that's unpractical for most people, right? So how long are you going to go to the gym for? 2 hours, right? So if you said to me, look, I've got an hour to train, right? What I would argue is some of those exercises you need to give yourself 3 minutes, right? Like squatting and deadlifting and stuff like that. And some of those exercises you can shorten that time down. Like the first exercises, we were probably doing those at 1 minute apart.
Feel really so well.
Yeah? But these exercises, then you have a little bit longer. If someone said to me, is there anything wrong with waiting for 2 to 3 minutes between every set? I would say no, as long as you understand you're probably going to be in the gym for 2 hours.
Yeah, right, you're right.
Yeah? So I think we can do another set now. Let's see how it goes. Typically 2 to 3 minutes rest. Okay, so keep a nice neutral spine, and then the pull angle becomes 90 degrees to your spine angle. Lovely. Lovely, here we go. And control on the way down. 3, 4, 5, squeeze, 6, 7, 8, 9, good, 10. Okay, 5 to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, okay, last one. Lovely, very good. So I see guys with 2 20-kilogram plates, 3 20-kilogram plates on the side, and they're literally there. It's a hybrid deadlift row. You know? And in my opinion, that's a surefire way to fucking hurt your back. Right? A lot of people say they hurt their back through deadlifting. I don't think that's true. I think they hurt their back actually. The consequential hybrid deadlift row is where the damage comes, and they don't realize that they're rocking into it. That is how you do a barbell row, and deadlifting is different. It's a different exercise. You come up, and there's a certain degree of momentum. That's how you can lift freaking 500, 700 pounds on a deadlift. You can't fucking deadlift 700 pounds. You can't barbell row 700 pounds. But you could probably, with a little practice, deadlift 700 pounds. It's a completely different exercise, and people end up with this halfway measure, halfway between the two. That's quite a lot of weight when you do it right. You know? Right. I'm not, for anyone that's listening, I'm not saying don't train heavy, but I'm saying there's a time and a place for each thing. Right, and that exercise, if you do it the right way, you can't do fucking 3 plates. I'm telling you, you can't. It's not possible. So just put another small plate on for us, and we'll just do one last set. Yeah? Just grab the blue ones, yeah? 2 kilos. Okay, awesome. Okay, take a moment, catch your breath. Do you need some water or something? You got some water there. Okay.
Doing my GTs.
Sorry?
Doing my GTs.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well done, huh? Don't worry, I've already knocked my coffee over. I'm in the doghouse, so I don't get anything else for the day. Okay, here we go. How are you doing with the width? Does that feel okay to you? You can push the hands out a little wider if you'd like.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay, yeah? You see what I'm saying? You don't need to go super wide, like it's shoulder width plus, yeah? Lovely. 90-degree row. Nice straight neutral spine. Good. Good. 2 more. Last one. Good. A little bit of rock in there. Just that last one. That shows your fatigue. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. That's the point. There's no point keep going. You've reached that point of fatigue that you kind of need to hitch.
Right,
Hitch a
yeah.
little. Once you start to hitch, put it down. Right.
Okay.
You're done. So now we're going to do lat pull downs. Now the thing about all of the training program that we're doing, yeah, if there's one common theme throughout everything, it's let's try and remove momentum from the exercise, yeah, so that we can apply mechanical tension directly to the muscle fibers that we're trying to stimulate to grow. So what I'll do is I'll get you to grab this apparatus here and put your chest on this bench, yeah? That's it, cool, awesome, very good. Come down. Okay, perfect, right. So what I want you to do is go from full extension, right? So where you're stretched, like you feel the stretch out in your lats.
Right.
And I want you to squeeze down. Now this bar here is going to touch this pad here, okay? And when you get there, I want you to hold it for 2 seconds. So you come down, the bar touches, squeeze, and then allow it to retract back to the thing, and keep the tension on the lat the entire time. Okay, so come down, squeeze it down, keep coming down all the way down, down, and squeeze. Okay, perfect, and up. And control the motion on the way down, on the way up. Come down, squeeze, squeeze. Perfect. Okay. 3, squeeze. Perfect. 4, squeeze. Okay. 5. Good, squeeze. Okay. 6. Good. Okay, keep going. 7. Good. Okay. 8. Good. 9. Squeeze the ball. Good. 10. Good. Keep going. 11. Good. Squeeze. Good. 12. Good. That's it. Come on, we're almost there. 2 to go. 2 to go. Lovely. Okay, one more. One more. Squeeze. Squeeze. Nice, and up. Lovely. How's that feel?
Horrible.
Horrible. Can you feel that level of engagement in your back?
Yeah, really.
Really low down, huh?
Yeah, really low and deep, like
Deep.
holding, touching the thing.
Yeah, cool. I'll get you to take your top off so everyone wants to see what you look like, buddy.
Not under the light. Because,
Cool, awesome. Don't worry about that.
sweat rack.
Yeah. So what I'll just get you to do is just, like we were doing the other day when we were doing shoulders, just look in the mirror and flex your lats out and see if you can kind of control the muscle through posing, yeah? Flex them out, squeeze them out. Nice, yeah. Okay, very good. Very good. Can you feel that, yeah?
Feel now already.
Yeah, already, yeah. Good. So what we've done is we've done a lat pullover, yeah, to activate the muscle, to try and get a development, warm up sort of thing, right? I wouldn't say that that's, to me, the prime mover of hypertrophy. The barbell row in this is a lat pull down,
Yeah.
a variation of a lat pull down.
Right.
What we're trying to do is take the bodies, you see guys rocking like this, do you?
Yeah, right.
I see 2 mistakes with lat pull down. One is this, right? 2 is leaning back, right? And the second one is, you see them, they almost like let the cable go on the way up.
Yeah.
They're like, you know, it almost like fucking takes off, like flies up, right? So they're completely removing the mechanical tension for 50% of the fucking time that they're on the machine, right? So slowly up and slowly down and squeeze at the bottom, and then leaning forward to take our momentum out, and then using this type of spacer bar here adds another dimension to that. You don't need to use a spacer bar. We could easily set up a straight bar and have it's just as an effective workout, but I think this adds a little spice to the mix, you know? Okay, so let's just drop off another couple of sets.
I never touching the grip before, then I did it, and then they feel like so different and make me.
It feels different, yeah. That's why I like to, my tree, I've got all these little devices and stuff like that because it feels different, yeah? Especially if you've been training for many years. It's a novel stimulus, you know what I mean? And then remember that, it's just new. And anything new is a potential opportunity for us to create a growth signal, yeah? Cool, okay. So just do the same thing, 15 more, yeah? Put the weight up a little bit. Did you put the weight up? Come up one plate. Just come up one plate. Okay, great. Love it. Good squeeze at the bottom. 1. Love it. 2. Squeeze. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Lovely. 10. Good. Okay, 3 to go. 3. Good. Squeeze. 2. Squeeze. Good. Last one. Squeeze. Good. Nice. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Wow.
Okay, just again turn, face the mirror, flex them out, yeah. Good. Wider. Good, very nice. I think it's bigger. It's big. That's good. That's good.
Oh, that's horrible.
How about it?
Take it. I feel numb already. Yeah.
So we did 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. We'll set up for one more exercise after this one. We'll do some seated cable rows,
Okay.
and then we'll do a set of bicep curls. You understand when you're doing this exercise that some percentage of force production is being contributed to by your biceps.
I like using my head.
Yeah, you're using your biceps. So when we talk about, someone actually asked me to address a question here. There's many different ways that you can program. I believe someone like yourself, who's been training for as long as you've been training, moderately enhanced, could probably do about somewhere between 80 and 100 hard working sets a week. Okay?
Yeah.
So how we divide those sets up is the discussion. The way that most people approach it is that they're trying to have systemic growth. So they're basically saying, look, I'm going to take my 80 to 100 hard working sets, I'm going to divide the volume up over all 8 body parts. Because if we go, so there's back, shoulders, triceps, biceps, legs, so there's 8 body parts that go. So in other words, they're going, somewhere between kind of like 10 hard working sets of body part per week, right? There is an argument to be said that says, look, your back needs more and hamstring needs less.
Yeah.
So what I would argue here is that you should probably be looking to do about, we're going to do 4 exercises here. with 3 sets each, roughly.
Right.
And you can appreciate that we've got, like, okay, so we've actually got 4 sets to go. And so you go, holy crap, like that's not a lot of sets. You know, you see these recurring themes in training. A lot of people do jump volume. Like you could probably very easily finish back training now and go, I had a good back workout, right? That's not a lot of volume. Yeah? All right, let's just do one more set and then we'll do some seated cable rolls, then we'll go to biceps. Okay, last set. Just put the weight, did you put the weight up? Just put the weight up, man. A little bit. Sorry?
But he doesn't want to.
No, that's okay. I understand. It hurts, man. Okay, here we go. Squeeze at the bottom. 2 count. Good. 2 count. Good. 3. 4. 5. 6. Good. 7. 8. Good. 9. Good. Here we go. Come on. These ones count. 10. Come on. Let's go. Good. Good. 3 to go. Come on. 1. 2 to go. 2. Good. Squeeze. Good. Last one. Good. Squeeze. Lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely. Well done, buddy. Good. Harder.
Wow.
Nice. Okay, let's just set up for one more exercise. Okay. So then just flatten your knees out a little bit. So we come back, that's it, cool. Okay. And what I want you to do is when you come to the full range of motion, squeeze for the 2 count like you did before. Yeah, so squeeze and hold, yeah? Good, lovely, here we go. Back, squeeze, good. Okay, squeeze.
So on the way I have to go down with it?
Yeah, keep your spine neutral.
Okay.
Yeah. That's full extension, so the plates don't touch, so we keep the fibre under tension, and then at the back squeeze. When you come all the way back, squeeze. Kind of flex like this a little bit if you can, your back. Yeah? Okay. That's it. Good. Good. 2. 3. Good. Squeeze. 4. Good. 5. Good. 6. Good. 7. 8. Lovely. 9. 10. Good. 1. 2. Good. 3. 2 to go. Squeeze it out the back. Good. 1 to go. Good. Good. Very nice, buddy. Well done. How's that feel? All right? Yeah?
Wow.
Yeah? Good?
The speed thing, oh. 2 seconds speed. Wow. Tight.
Do you mind taking your shirt off? Are you okay with that?
Sure.
Let's have a look. It's hard to see under the other shirt.
Get it off.
Get it off.
I don't want to go to the camera.
Well, the girl's going, woohoo! Okay, so let's see in the mirror, yeah? Good. Come back this way, babe. Come on this side, yeah? Come back where I am. Yeah. That's it. Cool. Okay. That's it. Nice. Flare it out one. Yeah. Good. Good. You feel that like your whole back, especially like if I was to critique your back, I would say that you have a weaker lower back. You know what I mean? It's almost like there's no thickness in the lower back.
True, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you have quite good width, yeah, but you're lacking thickness in your lower back. And I think doing these exercises this way is going to help you engage your lower back, yeah? Okay. Do you agree with that critique? You think?
Yeah, sure.
So obviously we can, you know, people would argue that's deadlifts, and I think there's a merit to that discussion, but I also think it's the way that you're training is like, you know, like these exercises, you probably feel this in your lower back today. Yeah, cool, okay. Just drop the weight down one more pin. We're just gonna go all the way to the bottom of the stack, yeah? Cool. Good. 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 Okay, give me 6 more, yeah? Let's count them out. 1, squeeze. 2, squeeze. 3, squeeze. 4, squeeze. Nice. Good. 1 more. Good. Very nice. Well done, buddy. Awesome. Good job. Let's have a quick look at you. Yeah. But you're not lots of width. You just need to thicken up a bit. Yeah.
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 My lower back.
Yeah. Cool. Well, nice. All right. One more exercise, biceps, and then we'll call it a day.
Like everything is just big and oversized because he doesn't show. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like when he's in the
I
gym,
see.
he just likes to wear
I
big
see.
things. And every time he puts something on, he's like, "Is it all right? Is
Okay,
it?"
it's
And I'm like,
perfect.
"Do I look
Not too small, not too big.
Tight.
Okay, so we're going to do biceps now, yeah? Again, there's always these recurring themes behind how I like to train. So what I would argue is that with biceps, again, it's a relatively simple muscle. It has a single attachment point, you know, at the top and the bottom. You contract the muscle and basically release the muscle, yeah?
Yeah.
But if there's a key to training biceps for me, it's this, and that is understanding that where you begin to load and where you begin to unload the muscle is probably the biggest thing that we can offer for biceps. I don't believe biceps need to be trained exceptionally heavy. I would even argue that a lot of guys have torn biceps and permanently damaged their physique by training too heavy and creating like disruptive loads. So what we're going to do is we want to use this cable. I like to do single arm bicep cable curls, but what I want you to do is just step forward, babe, is just load yourself up like this way, sort of thing, so the cable's behind you. So then when the load comes on the bicep, it comes on immediately.
Yeah.
So I want you to start off doing what you're doing, okay? So pick up that weight, pick an appropriate weight that you think you can do. No, just face the other way. We're going to just demonstrate the technique. So pick an appropriate weight that you feel like is the right weight for you. I would say a little heavier than that. That's probably a little light for you, yeah. So let's go to 5. Let's go to 5. Let's try 5. I think 5 is right for you. Okay. So just stand there and do single arm cable curls like you would normally do like that. Yep. Okay. Step back a little bit. That's it. So you can take up the load. Okay. Now just do a step. This is not how we're going to do them.
Okay.
I just want to prove a point. Right now, your bicep muscle is unloaded. Agreed? Okay.
Yeah.
Come to the complete top of the movement. Okay, it's also unloaded there.
Yeah.
You could stand there for a very long time, right? So in other words, from that point there, how long you could stand there for an hour. Do you know what I'm saying? Like eventually you would fatigue, right? But it's when it's partially loaded that it's the hardest. Does that make sense? Like there's harder. Do you understand the point I'm making? Right. So do a set of 12 reps at that point. Just to give me, yeah, just at that angle, just give me 12 reps. 1, 2, good. 3. Now this is not how I train biceps. We're just doing this to demonstrate a point. 4, 5, 6. Good. 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, good. 2, good. 1. Oh, okay, good. Now I want you to turn around the other way and show and step forward. Kind of step forward a little bit, and then have your arm out back behind you. That's right. Like just even lean forward a little bit more than that. Yeah. So let me just see if I can. Yeah. Okay. So the moment that you start to load, see how that's already starting to load right there. Okay. Good. So give me 12 of that. Yeah. Okay. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 5. Good. 6. Good. 6. 5. 4. Good. 3. Good. 2. Good. 1 more. Good. Okay. So be honest, can you tell the difference between that? Ow. It's such a small change, but it's fucking way harder because you're not unloading the muscle fiber at the top and the bottom.
And just honestly, like this way, I can like a little bit.
Yeah. This is how people do it. You turn around the other way, and it's very hard to achieve, right? Like it's, in other words, the only thing that you've got is the contraction of those fibers.
Just about an arm is coming.
The moment you move, you're loaded. And even at the top, you're loaded.
Yeah.
Right? This way here, you're not loaded.
Yeah.
And you're not loaded. So there's only this much in the middle that's being loaded. Right? It's completely different by just changing the angle a little bit. Completely different exercise. Okay.
Wow.
So since you had a rest on the other arm, you can do the other arm pretty quickly, yeah?
Okay.
Good. 1, 2, nice. 3, good. 4, 5, 6, 7, good. 8, good. 9, good. 10. Good, well done. Nice. It's different, huh?
Oh yeah.
You need to be careful of small muscle groups that you don't pull something, yeah? So these types of techniques are very powerful because you could use smaller weights.
Yeah, you can tear it.
Do you
Right?
know? Yeah, too much ego throws too much weight around. It's about the mechanical tension on those fibers, you know? And not about we're not powerlifters, yeah?
Totally different. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So over the coming weeks, we'll show you all sorts of different little techniques. But the whole point is, I don't do exercises the way most people do them. I'm trying to find ways to create a higher level of stimulus, potentially with lower risk modeling. And lower risk modeling usually comes from lower weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually, normally. Okay. So that's one set. We've got 2 sets to go for each arm. Good. Good. I think he's getting big already, though. I think he's actually starting to grow. Like, The arms look really good, yeah. They look really good.
So good.
Yeah, nice. Okay, lovely. Very good. Other arm. Good. 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 Nice one. Okay. Take a minute, get some air, suck some air in, and we'll do one last set. I'm going to let the girls out. They've been very good. Been very good. Yes, you've been exceptionally good. Well done. Good girls. Such good girls. Yeah, you want to go outside? Come on. Let's go outside, babies. Tash, come on. Out you go, babies. Oh. We'll talk about that this week maybe, yeah? Because we're getting close to the point where I can give you a training program to follow now, because now you know how I want you to do stuff, right? Yeah? Because before, you see why I didn't give it to you before? Because you wouldn't have done it this way. Yeah. So we're close to being able to give you a training program. Okay, here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, good. Okay, 4 to go. 1, good. 2, good. Okay, lovely. Very good, buddy. Very good. It's fatiguing, huh? Last set. 1, 2, good. 3, good. 'Good. Last one. Come on. Good. Nice. Well done. Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Awesome. Just flex it out a little bit. Let's just get some. Yeah, that's it. Squeeze. Lovely. Woo, big. Very nice. Look good, man. How much you say? 97 kilos now. 97. Yeah. Good. Very nice. You have a very, very pleasing physique. It's all put together the right way, yeah?
Except those calves.
Yeah, we'll fix it. We're going to fix that, though. We're going to fix that. Okay, thank you, mate.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let the girls in. You can go anytime.
The Victor Black Masterclass presentation is brought to you by